Where's Carmen? Where's Carmen? Hey guys and gals, what are we gonna do today?
Hey, you ready? Let's do our opening here.
We are ready.
Hi guys, what are we gonna do today?
I already said that.
Oh, you did? Melanie came back. I can't believe she came back again. I'm hoping she comes back more often.
I love you.
Oh, I know, but it's so hot in here, isn't
It's
it?
really hot, but
We're not joking when we tell you it's hot. It's hot.
like literally, Carmen, this is a sweatshop.
Our thermostat only goes to 99. Otherwise, it would probably say it's 120. Because when it's 95 degrees out and we stand by the door and say, oh, it feels so good out here. You know it's warm in here, guys. Sorry. Look, come on, let's show them. This is what we're going to do today. You're like, what? You're going to hold up books? No, we did these. Royce's new 2022 paper. This one's called Cori's Girls. And this is the first one we did where we cut apart one of the blocks and covered a book. So we each took another one of the blocks. There's 6 blocks in this one, so it's so cool. And look at the one she got, and then this is the one I got, and we covered our books. We're gonna show you how we did this, and we have a little added twist to this. Let's get started. So the first one I did, I used a book that I had already gutted out and all the pages were out. I really like this. I have a lot of this book. And if you looked in this book, you can see, huh, Miss Melanie? There are so many cute things. I might just leave some of these and add fun words or paint some of the pages. And I think I'm just going to use it. It's just got so much fun stuff. So these are the books we're going to use, but you can use whatever you want. Now, what usually I have some press and seal and I don't, or some plastic wrap, grocery, but anything you want. I'm just going to put this over my pages, over the...
To protect it.
To protect it when we're painting it, not like it's that big of a deal. First of all is paint our books. And I'm gonna paint them a white, and I'm gonna add a little bit of gray to mix in, because that's just what I wanna do, but you could use whatever color you want, any shape, size, book you would like, depending on the paper. And because of the papers that we're using, the new Roycycled Cori's Girls, I think this size will work just fine. So let's get painting, Miss Melanie.
You want me to take some?
You can take, here, I'll give you some too. You're like, I don't need any now. So you're just gonna paint your book, and this is gonna be really fast. Go get your apron, you don't wanna get paint all over you. And I'm just gonna open this up. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Doesn't have to be perfect.
And then you can paint, I just opened mine up and I'm painting the sides and the back. I'm gonna be decoupaging over this, and I really want the decoupage paper to show through. So I'm using a brighter color. So that's why I'm covering all this. This is more of a base coat. The back may not have as much decoupage paper on it. So I probably wanted to cover that anyway. And then I'm double dipping like Melanie likes to call it. And I'm using my paint is still...
There's postcards back here.
Oh, there is. There's a little bit of everything in there. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
And so I did white on that side, and I'm just adding a little gray to add a little bit, just a little bit of color. You can keep yours white. You can do whatever you want. Look at what a good job you're doing. Okay, we're just gonna let that dry.
So good.
And then I'm just gonna let this dry.
Do you think that's enough?
Sure, it's whatever you want. It's however much you want on there. And if you want to add gray, add gray. If you don't, don't. You just do whatever.
Because that's what you did.
That's what I did, but you could do, this
No,
is your book.
Is that okay if I?
Yes, that's what no, only I can double dip.
Only Carmen.
Melanie, you're double dipping.
I'm
No, it's okay. Go ahead, start rubbing and then add more white.
Okay.
Or we'll get some water. That's all
I was like, that was too dark. That was shocking.
No,
it's too gray.
Starting to dry. But if you want it whiter, just add more.
I think I want more white.
Then add more white. Yep. And it'll just be over the top, and when it dries, it's gonna, it'll all look different anyway.
No more gray.
You don't need to add any more gray.
That was scary.
It wasn't scary. We could have started.
I don't want gray.
Okay.
But I tried it.
Okay, you should use white.
Thank you.
So let this dry, and then we are going to decoupage it. So after your book is dry, make sure you have your front where your front goes. See, mine's backwards, so I'm gonna turn it around. My front of my book. And I'm gonna use this really cute block. Which one are you gonna use?
I'm gonna use this one.
So, we're probably gonna do it all a little different. I think I am going to cut around here. Now you can either cut with your scissors if you want to cut something off, or this is a fun way to do this. And I also have watercolor pens that are just bottles that have a tip on them. And I am drawing, so you might want to decide if you want a perfect cut or you want a torn cut. And then you can decide. Now look, see how that's wet? So if you want a straight edge, I think on my other one I did straight edge, but you can cut, or you can do this with your paintbrush in water and see how, look how nicely that just goes right where I wanted it to go. So you decide what you want to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna put part of this on the back and part on the front. Yeah, so like right there, see, you can go like that and make sure where you're going, because sometimes if you use way too much water, it'll bleed out real far. So you kind of watch, but see how easy that is? Isn't that kind of nice?
Genius.
I didn't come up with this.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cute. I like that. I like that. Now, so decide what you're gonna want on your front. See what you've got. See, that could be cute too.
yeah,
And then you
right.
can use the house in a different spot. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
I am not wasting any of it. It's just that I'll just move it to a different spot. See, I think I'm gonna add, this flower right there is just gonna go right here. Oh, that's cute. Now see, I took part of my flower through here, and the rest of this is gonna go onto the back. When you've kind of got the pieces you want for your front,
Okay.
we've got our brushes, and we're gonna decoupage. I'm gonna just put decoupage on my book, and then lay my paper down. And let me go get a couple plastic bags for us to use to get our bubbles out. Okay, so I am just gonna put decoupage medium on my book, and I am going to do this in sections because I know she's kind of big. And I'm just gonna go close to the edge. The top, I think I'm going to the edge. Right here on the side, I'm just going close, so some of the white is showing through. So we're just doing it section by section because this is kind of large. This is a little larger piece, and you don't want your decoupage medium to dry before you get your paper down.
What are you doing for your back?
I'm gonna add just a piece of this, but I'm gonna add some other fun stuff. We'll have other stuff to add.
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna pull out my scraps too, so if you want something else,
Okay.
let me just pull those out. Here, I think I'm gonna add this. I think this is just gonna go right here. I'm gonna.
Are you decoupaging the whole thing? Or just where
no,
the tissue's gonna go?
You know, it won't matter either way. So after you've done some decoupage on your books and your decoupage is dry, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some little word boxes here where I added some fun words and sayings and things that I wanted. So that is what we're gonna do next. You're gonna do, you can do all different sizes, you can do anything you want. This is low tack tape. and I don't need it quite this wide, but I do want straight edges, so I'm using the 2 outside edges, and I'm gonna kind of make my own stencil. And so I just ripped it in half because you don't need it all, but the outside straight edges is what you're using for the inside. So you don't have to make it perfect, just enough that you have a nice straight edge. I think I want one just a little longer. And then I'm going to put this right here and make like a triangle. You can make a square, you can make a rectangle. See what I'm making an opening, and then I am going to stencil inside with white paint. And it doesn't want to stay down I mean, it's low tack and it's not one to stick. By the time I start, I'll just push it back down and stencil, and it's going to be really fast, and I'm going to pull it off. Make sure you have a flat edge, straight edge. You may have to cut another piece.
Oh, I see, yes.
Or use this straight edge. There's a straight edge, and make the angle you want, or straight up and down, or whatever you want. And then when you get this one down, then you just want to make sure right where we're going to be stenciling is down while we stencil. Then we're going to pull it up. I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm going to stick my stencil brush in my paint, tap some off, tap it off, and I'm going to go straight up and down, staying in the confines of my taped area. And if it gets to be real skinny there, I'm just going to use the edge of it, the edge of my brush, because you don't want it to go blah and it goes everywhere.
Nice.
And I'm doing this just a little bit darker, only because I have so many colors underneath. Now see, right when I do that, I'm going to real carefully pick that up, and there I go. So, and then I'm going to decide where else. So that's what you're going to do. So go like that, and then tap it off so you don't have big blobs. Because otherwise it will bleed underneath your tape.
Gotcha.
And these are a little different paint, but let me open these.
Oh, that's really pretty. What are we doing now?
I'm gonna redo some of these and do them in a different color.
Oh, yes, please.
That's what I decided I wanted to do.
So
what I'm gonna do is find different areas that I'm gonna block off. And some of these I'm using white, but I decided I'm gonna go with the color here. So I'm gonna use some colors in stenciling, some white, and I'm just gonna continue that on in a few areas in here and let them dry. So if you've done a few squares, you can do them in whites and blues and pinks and any colors you would like. After they're dry, I am taking, I think it's a watercolor pencil. It may just be a colored pencil, but you want to use something that's not going to run. So this just may be a black colored pencil. And I wanted to outline these blocks. Because I think if you guys remember when I used the Stabilo pencil that one time, it really bled. I love the look of that, but then you would need to spray seal it. And I'm just using this cardboard for a straight edge. I'm going just outside the paint, but you don't need to be exact with this. You could even go inside the paint. It's just giving you a bit of an outline, and I'm not worried that it's not perfect. I am just gonna go through with this black pencil. And if you had a fine marker, that would probably work really well. I have some really cool paint markers, but they're a little thicker, and I think they'd be a little too thick for this. So I'm just gonna do all of these, and then we're gonna put words in our boxes.
Yay.
Oh, you're doing some fun areas, aren't you?
I'm really liking just the little details, like, you know, just bordering the word things that we're gonna do here. It really adds a lot.
Oh, that looks cute. See, look at that.
I'm really liking this.
Now wait till you get to pick some transfers and words to put on.
I'm so excited.
The word heaven is over there. Okay, so I just found some transfer pieces with words. You could actually use a marker. You could decoupage words. You could write words. And I am just going to take some of these and put these in these transfers and just transfer these into my blocks. These are just scraps I have. I have a lot of really small ones. These are the Tim Holtz tiny word ones. But this is actually, this one right here that's swirly is actually from my IOD Desperado transfer that had the fun words on it. And I think that's really cute. I'm just pulling words out of it. So I'm gonna fill these blocks up with some fun words. And then we are going to age this and seal it.
Yay.
You know what? This is looking so good. And
I
if I need to sharpen that, I can too. I didn't. I just kind of just went over it as dark as I could several times.
Yeah.
Do you want me to sharpen it?
No.
And then you got to pick all your words. So these are tiny ones. If you have any area that you want to just put, like I said right here, I just did collector of memories.
Okay.
There's a few of these. With these though, you need to cut them. If you touch the inside of it at all, it comes right off on your finger.
Okay, so
and
be
you
careful.
lose it. So yeah, and here's a stick for you. So I've gotten my pieces on here. Let's see the front of yours. Oh, how pretty. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some antiquing on this. I'm gonna use, of course, my Distress Oxide and my vintage photo. And I am going to go around the edges here.
Nice.
And this, and then I'm gonna give it to you if you want to. And then I'm gonna take my Minwax.
I love it.
See how it really
Love it.
adds my crystal clear.
Yes.
There you go.
You can tell who's been doing this for longer.
But you know what? You find the look you like, and sometimes it's an acquired look after a while.
Find out what you
Yeah,
like,
because I didn't. I think I've liked vintage for a long time, but I did things in very, very white. And then all of a sudden it's like, I really like this look. And see how it just moves it? And where my paper is torn, you can see, because that's where the ink was going
Right,
on.
we're gonna move it. That's
You're
right.
gonna move it, and also you can rub around the whole top and the front because it's not so super dark. It'll go around your edges. My spine is so thin, I didn't add anything to that. I can, if I find something really small, I'm just not sure what it is yet. I'm gonna give this to you right there. And here you go. See, and the more you move it. See, I love that. I think that looks so pretty.
Nice. I mean, you could even just leave it like that.
You could,
right?
you
But
could.
this is
I would
such
like, I seal it just
awesome-
because of the, even if you didn't distress it, I would seal it only because of the transfers on top
Yes.
and the paper. I would do a decoupage sealer. I like this because it's gonna make this a little more durable too. But it looks so pretty. Oh, that is so pretty. And I love it because you can really see the outline of that hill.
And see, the Sharpie wouldn't match on mine, I don't think, because it's a little bit more subtle.
You know what, but it looks really, that just looks really, really pretty. Don't you love
Thank
it?
you, Miss Carmen.
Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty, and I love this. And what does it say? I tell you,
This is my heaven. I tell you, there is no true place like home.
see, look at that. Oh, that is so
I made a poem.
sweet. You did.
I really, really love this life.
That is so
My happy place.
Oh, look at that. Now, and then, yeah,
Wait,
open your,
apologize.
well, either that or open the front up and then just lay your whole
Right,
book
right.
open. And I'm just gonna stand it up and let
Look,
it
it's
dry.
already dry. This is Colorado.
Almost,
for you.
it is. And you can seal this and then you can put your transfer
more
over
and
it.
then
Yeah,
seal it
you
some more?
can.
Okay.
Absolutely, because actually transfers like to
Just
be
get
on
it.
sealed
Get
surfaces
my little
anyway.
tissue. See, there's some popping up.
And you know what? And you can, in any of the edges later, if you have anything excess sticking off, you can just sand them down. Oh, that's gonna be so pretty. Look at that. What are you gonna put on the back, do you know?
Some kind of wording. So far I have, I can love the journey.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be another fun book to.
This is better than therapy. You know?
It is. It is therapy, actually.
Spend the money on supplies. My book.
And then you can work on the inside of the book and anything else you would like. Guys, wasn't that fun? And that
So
really
much fun.
was so easy. And you see how you can personalize this in about 100 different ways. And I thought this just really added to it. Add some fun words. You could make a bigger block and maybe put another piece of a transfer or something else into it. So this one, as you can see, I had already gutted out. I'm gonna hand bind this and put my signatures in. This one,
Right there.
oh, or you could use one of these fun rings. These are already really cute IKEA books, and I think the insides are adorable.
Yeah. So we can do something with these pages inside. What were you
Yeah,
saying?
you know what? You could even use a dry brush or some white paint and kind of, you don't need to fill it completely, but just take like a sheet of paper in between and just do a little bit of coating with some gesso or white paint or a light colored paint and cover some of the pages, or block off areas and paint those in like we did the front.
I glued my pages.
And you could even glue your
No,
pages together.
I didn't want
Actually, you can add envelopes to these, anything you would do with a normal journal, making your journal. So, and these just happen to have really fun things inside.
Yeah.
I thought, and even the front and back.
Just use the pages as
Just
they
use
are.
the pages
Yeah.
as they are, paint them up, decoupage on them, you know, just literally a wash over it. Or just like tape off a square and paint that in.
So creative.
Hope you guys give this a try. Look at the new papers, got them on the shop page. Whatever you do,
Have fun.